All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Underground Radio C. We are going to, I know it's a Thursday evening. What else is there to do but to do many things at once? That's been my life lately. So, welcome to Underground Radio C and to Connected with Cari. Just this little special slot that we're doing this evening. Sometimes lately I've been doing them on Tuesday nights. I've been doing some really fun album listening parties with some fun artists and guests. And I was like, why not do it on a different night? So we are both available this evening. So my guest and I, but this is just a little special surprise, adding it in. And then, of course, my regular show on Saturday night will be happening also on Just to Be Just FM and Underground Radio C as well over there. But this evening, we are just through Underground Radio C, my personal Facebook page, and LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn folks, you guys get your own special little show over there. That's, they get their own little slot because they're cool. And if you're not my LinkedIn friend, you better be. And then that way you get your own little shows over there before other things come out, which is pretty cool. So, with me this evening, I welcome the lovely, beautiful Sheri Mills. She is a functional nutrition, health, and wellness coach who has transformed her health through holistic practices, fasting, which, of course, include fasting and nutrition. So, she had struggled with chronic pain, fatigue, numerous health issues like arthritis, fibromyalgia, and IBS, which none of them are very fun at all. So we're going to touch into that a little bit as well, on top of, dealing with all of that. And then we're going to talk about fasting for health, because that's one of the biggest topics that I wanted to dig into. She doesn't do a lot of it, but we're going to dig into it, which is pretty cool. So Sheri took control of her health in a way no one ever recommended. She not only healed her body, but lost over 40 pounds. Girl, congratulations, because I am like plateaued, lost 10 pounds, actually 11 pounds this morning, 12 pounds. I got 12 pounds off now, and I got 9 more to go. That's my goal in the next little while. So
you got this. You got this.
I got this. And that's why I want to go through fasting. That's one of the topics why. But not just that. 40 pounds is good. That's really good. But she also got off 12 medications. That's a lot. That is incredible. And now, passionate about helping others regain their vitality through sustainable lifestyle changes. Sheri, welcome
Thank
to the
you for
show.
having me.
I cannot wait to listen to all your golden nuggets about nutrition, how you did the whole 40 pounds. That's really good. And then 12 medications, which is also just absolutely fabulous, because nowadays it's just really hard to even get off one medication. So
It is.
yeah, absolutely incredible. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm playing around with here. Oh my goodness. Technology and me today is just not happening. It's just not happening. When you have updates and all the fun stuff, that's just what it is. And now I've lost my beautiful notes. So stay with me. Sheri, tell us a little bit about yourself while I regain control over the situation.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about my health journey. You did start talking about it. I was a mess. 30 years as a sales executive and not taking care of myself, right? You're always chasing the almighty quota, and you're working ridiculous hours, and you're networking everywhere where the food is never good. And I just fell in disrepair is what it is. And I had so many things wrong with me, several things I was genetically predisposed for.
Yeah.
But I even was partially paralyzed in 2019, and it didn't connect, right? I mean, doctors don't. What do you have? 10 minutes with your doctor? They have to see
Sometimes.
25 to 30 patients a day. They don't
Yeah.
have time to talk to you. So And most of them never were educated on nutrition and
No.
lifestyle.
That's true. Often they'll give you the basic stuff like, okay, here's the 4 food groups, and they'll look at your BMI and go, oh, according to this scale, you're either in your BMI or you're outside of your BMI. And then they'll just hand you some nutritional facts, maybe a little brochure, and say, okay, have a nice day.
Yeah, like watch your
Right?
weight. You need to try to lose some weight. They don't tell you how, right?
No.
So I wish 30 years, 40 years, even prior, someone had sat me down and explained the importance of lifestyle
Yeah.
and nutrition and self-care. Because once I made that flip at 60 years old
Yeah.
and lost the pain, lost the inflammation in my body, and as it was leaving my body, as my body was healing,
Hmm.
so did the extra weight,
Yeah.
like really quick. And I hadn't been able to lose weight in 20 years. And I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was just trying to eat clean,
Hmm.
know what to eat, what time of the day, and take better care of myself, right? Get into
Yeah.
gratitude and mindfulness and really enjoying my food and meal prepping so that I'm always prepared for healthy food instead of eating on the run.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what did it. And I got on amazing supplements. I changed my mindset to food and my body just shifted and cleansed itself. And it was an amazing transformation. I mean, I have the energy of a 30-year-old now. I can do things I couldn't do. My bucket list was
18-year-old.
not going to be attainable. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. Well, I know, I just think one of the biggest things that does kind of help, like, with the weight gain, I believe is it's like a lot of bloating from medicines and just toxins in
Mhm.
your body. It maybe not even be food, right? So
It could
a
be your
lot of,
water.
yeah, a lot of water weight as well. I mean, as us lovely women know, we're up and down, we could be up and down 6, 7 pounds a month because of hormonal changes going on. And then we're just bloated, and then we're just like, we crave the chocolate cake. And, you
Stop
know,
it.
we're not going to blame the chocolate cake, but that may add, a couple pounds, right? So if we're craving that each month, after 12 months, now we've gained 24 pounds of chocolate cake. Just saying.
Okay.
But never mind the toxins in your body, and never mind the hormonal weight and all that stuff. So take us through a little bit about, what was it like, dealing with a lot of health issues all at once? Like,
It
tell
was
us,
miserable.
oh,
I
take
was
us.
miserable. I mean, but I slapped on a smile and went through my day. You know, I was having them take out fluorescent bulbs because I had visual migraines and they'd be right at a window. And I'd had all sorts of tests and brain scans and everything. And all the doctors want to do is put you on medicine or cut you open.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's got to be another way.
yeah,
And it's really easy. And when you start shifting your lifestyle, you don't miss the things that you used to do. I was really surprised. I was
yeah,
stuck in my ways.
yeah. What were
And
like the 12 medicines that you were on?
oh, pain medicines, inflammation markers,
Okay.
statins, name it.
Yeah,
And I mean, in the first 3 months alone, because I don't ask my clients to do this, but I took myself off of 12 medications
yeah,
because I had set my mind to do this. And I wanted to know that the changes I was making were going to be true reflective markers, right? They weren't going to
yeah.
be masked by other medication. And within 3 months, my cholesterol dropped from 310 to 160.
Wow.
I've never gone back on statins. Um,
And now that
within
cholesterol
4.5
change,
months is when my weight started just dropping.
yeah. So was the cholesterol
And
changed from just the medication alone?
yeah, I mean, medications
Wow.
mask so many symptoms.
Yeah.
Now, there's a place and a time for medications. I'm not going to sit here and say all medication is bad. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you can heal yourself by just living a healthier lifestyle,
Yeah.
why would you want to take all these medications? Because there's so many out there. They may be helping something, but they're probably hurting something else in your body. It's chemicals.
Right.
Our body can naturally heal as long as you take care of it in a natural, healthy manner.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how our body rejuvenates and can heal itself if you take out all the toxins. Medications can be toxins.
Yes.
There's metals in our water. There's all sorts of stuff out there in our environment. We're up against it all the time. So the more you can do to release that from your life, it's so freeing, Cari.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Just, if you can just get off one medicine at a time
Yeah,
slowly and then just go, oh, I'm still, I think this one little symptom went away and oh, maybe it was just that medication and kind of judge it, gauge it, and kind of see and still be mindful of what's happening around you and go, okay, am I, feeling the same pain or, kind of test it out for a little bit and then kind of gauge it because yeah, sometimes just like you said, the medicines will actually just block something else that's underlying that, you're like, oh, well, I don't need this
right.
pain reliever when in fact it's just because I'm just a little bit more overweight. And as you lose kind of weight as well, you're easing your muscles, all that pain, right? So we're
You're
like,
easing the
oh,
stress on your joints
yeah, yeah.
and
So
everything.
maybe you have like bad knees, for
Mhm.
example, and it's like, oh, well, it's actually not, it's just because you have a little excessive weight, not some arthritis, like the doctor may say, "Oh, you have
You're
arthritis." Well,
not
actually,
moving. You're not
no.
taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
So I had a
yeah,
client that was facing double knee replacement surgery, and he was very overweight. And
yeah.
once I got him out of the deli at the grocery store, which there's nothing healthy in the deli at the grocery store, so stay out. Once I
My
got him
goodness.
away from that, his weight started dropping. He lost in 10 months 126 pounds.
Wow.
He's off his diabetic medicine, he's off his heart medicine, and he's walking 10 to 30,000 steps a day.
Good for
He
him.
never had to have knee replacement surgery. It's amazing how our body heals, but you've got to
Absolutely.
listen. And that's something I try to instill in my clients is how to truly sit in quiet and listen to your body.
Yes.
Um,
That's
because
so
it's always
important.
trying to talk to us.
Yep.
But you got to listen to it. How
Yeah.
many times have we said, oh, that pain, but we kept going, right?
Yeah.
In today's hustle and bustle, we just keep moving. We
That's
don't
true.
take the time to breathe and just take stock in ourselves.
No. No. We just
And it
go,
makes
go and go
everything.
and go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why they say even like if you're in an office setting, if you have 30 minutes for lunch to just leave the office and just go for a little walk.
Mhm.
Just get out of the building just so that your brain can kind of take a break and go, "Oh, well, cuz sometimes just like you may be in pain or this or that, but it's actually just stress. So
Mhm.
if you kind of remove yourself from that stressful situation as as much as you can. I mean, obviously some people can't quit work or whatever, but there are ways of doing things like taking the stairs. And like I said, if you can get outside at lunchtime and just remove yourself a little
Breathe some
bit from
fresh
that
air for a few
stress.
minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Or
some
you're stuck in a chair all day, stand up.
Yeah, stand up and some offices have like the balls, the big
Mhm.
exercise balls, you can sit on those, and sometimes you can get like the little desk, sunlight, uh, the light frequency thingies.
There's all sorts
Whatever
of
you
things.
call those things.
Yes, you can change your environment wherever you are if you really want.
Right. Mine would be like a little beach. I'd be
Yeah,
like, just bring in some sand and
have your little Zen tray where you can rake.
Got the little trees, Mr. Miyagi going on, right? Oh my
There you
goodness.
go.
Okay. So with all of that, in between things, as we know, food. Food is very important to what we're taking into our bodies. There can be too much food or maybe not enough food. So we want to find kind of
Balance.
a happy balance and a happy medium. So one of the things that I really, really, really wanted to dive into was fasting. So with fasting, sometimes that can also be helpful with, getting off of medications or whatever, because again, you're decreasing maybe some weight or you're flushing out some toxins, things like that. So what is your kind of take on, what kind of a role that fasting would play in maybe like the healing process? We'll kind of start with that.
So, what's your first meal of the day?
Usually my first meal of the day now or prior to fasting?
Per hour prior.
Prior to? I'm a hit or miss with breakfast because I'm not a 3 meal a day person regardless. That's just not me. I'm more of like a grazer. That's kind of the type of eating that I've always been that way. So for me, I would have any given day kind of a lighter breakfast. So maybe either toast or sometimes I'd even do like yogurt and some fruit, or like mix it all in, dash some granola kind of on top. And then if it's like a Sunday, I got some time and I'm feeling creative, I go like maybe do the whole eggs and hash browns. And I'm not
But
too
this is
big of a
breakfast,
bacon
right?
person, but yeah.
But this
So
is breakfast, right?
yeah, so
And that's
that
where
would be
breaking fast comes from,
right.
right? Because when we sleep, we're not eating. That's
Yep.
it. When we sleep, there's a reason they always say you need 7 to 8 hours of sleep
Yeah.
because you need to get into a good restful state for your body to heal.
Mm.
And if you're on a weight loss binge, if you're not getting your sleep, you're not going to lose weight. It's your time. Your body is in rest mode to heal.
Yeah.
So, the easiest way to fast, I always tell people you should not eat within 3 hours of going to bed anyway. If you can make it 4 and wait for breakfast to be 10 in the morning, your late time, you could
Mhm.
actually be breaking for 13 to 16 hours, depending on your schedule of when you get up and down, right?
Yeah.
So that's the easiest way to break. And then when you roll in, you can have tea or coffee in the morning. I personally make around 10:30 a what I call an antioxidant shake.
Okay.
It's loaded with berries. It's got blackberries. It's got blueberries. It's got strawberries. It's got raspberries. It's got a frozen banana. And I use rice milk because I don't want a sorbet. I want to be able to drink it. So I don't do heavy
Right, you
oatmeal
know what,
and all that.
I won't tell you what I put in
And I
mine.
use a vegan powder. I
Yeah.
put my collagen in it, and I do a tablespoon of aloe vera gel
Yeah.
because it's healing for the gut.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Carrie, that gives me energy that lasts me way into the evening. And when I started that, my antioxidant levels went boom.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
pretty
what we
good.
need to do is we need to burst our antioxidants levels in our body by eating real wholesome foods.
Yeah.
Dark berries, really vibrant colored fruits and vegetables. That's what supports your immune system. Once that's supported, everything else starts healing.
Right? So if you look at fasting, I find, we could even talk about, like you had told me before, we did our meetings beforehand and everything, and you said, it really reduced inflammation
Hmm.
for you. So let's talk a little bit about the inflammation and, that was just through fasting, right?
Right. Fasting and changing my diet. So I was giving my body more time without eating.
Okay.
So I was putting it in a rest, my digestive system in a rest mode. Right. That's a lot of times people have gut issues. And if you have gut
Mhm.
issues, you're not going to absorb any nutrients from your food. You're not going to absorb your supplements and your medications. You might as well just throw them away. Everything starts in our gut. Your
Yeah.
mood even is in your gut, right? They always talk about the brain gut axis. So you got to let your gut rest,
True.
right?
That's why when you're crabby, you were like, just go for ice cream. It'll make you.
Yeah. And, so once you let your gut rest and you let your body rest,
Yeah.
it helps it to heal. And as long as you only put good, wholesome, clean ingredients back into your body, everything starts healing.
Mhm.
And then a lot of people take that as, I just want fruits and vegetables then. Well, that's great. You want to add more of those, but you also need good, lean proteins.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about proteins. What kind of proteins are we talking here? Because sometimes we're like, oh, protein shake. Some say chicken. Some say, you
I
know,
like real whole proteins. Now, that can be legumes, right? It
okay.
could be beans. It could be a really lean beef. And my adding onto that is if you can get grass fed,
Hmm.
make sure it's grass fed from start to finish. Because a lot of them out there say it's grass fed and it's just start, it's not finish. They pound them up with corn and wheat. So
Mm.
be cognizant of that.
Yes.
Chicken is a good go to. Chicken is a good, lean, wholesome protein. Eggs are good protein.
And we're not
Um,
talking fried chicken here, guys.
no, we're talking broiling, baking, whatever.
And
Grilling,
I'm like, oh, I can easily grab some
no fry.
chicken.
If you have an air fryer, I don't, I love my air fryer.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
but when I took fried foods out of my diet and I decided I had a craving about 4.5 months in for fish and chips. And there's a place down the street that makes the best English fish and chips.
Oh, yeah.
My body retaliated for a week. Yes, no, I know I can't have it.
But you know
So,
what's good though? Is you can make like your own fish and chips in the air fryer.
mhm,
You can get, some French fries and they don't have to be they could be even I like the sweet potato fries that are
mhm.
more low in fat and I'll throw that in and then instead of like your regular fish, I love salmon.
I
So
love salmon, and it's great for you.
throw it in there and then you got your own kind of like fish and chips going on instead of the nice battered deep fried.
Yeah,
Oh, but this is so good.
I don't crave it at all anymore.
Right? I
Um,
actually, you know what? I think what's really funny is that when I do fasting, I find I will crave certain foods. Like, yeah, I would love battered fish and whatever. But then when I actually go to pick it up, or when when it comes around to a day, like I like to kind of have sometimes like a cheat day. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go get like the yummier stuff. And when I want to go and get it, I actually don't even crave it
no,
anymore.
you smell that fries in the
Yeah.
background or the
Yeah.
fried food, and your stomach's like, no. Again,
Yeah.
listen to your
Yeah.
body. It's like,
Right.
no.
It's either like, oh, that smells so good. I want some now. But then you just can't eat it. Like it just doesn't, I don't know. Your
And
body's like,
there's
I
so
don't
many
want it.
ways to prepare good food that is so delicious. Really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But let's get back to the other proteins as well. So we got, you were saying lentils, beans, of course,
Mhm.
our chicken, which not deep fried
Fish,
chicken,
fish. I'm a big fish eater.
fish,
Um,
and then
and
grass fed.
if I do beef, it's really lean.
Okay.
It's got to be at least 90% lean.
Yeah. And not like a
It's
big
not.
massive burger. We're talking like
Yeah.
a smaller,
Portion control. Portion
right?
control,
Right,
right?
kids?
Is everything.
Okay.
And if you're fasting
Yes.
and you're only putting wholesome things back in, when you go for your cheat day, you don't get the double burger, you get the single burger.
Okay.
And you'll still find
That's
if you
time.
take your time eating it, that you will recognize you're fuller sooner.
Yes.
One of the things that I try to instill in my clients is to love your food experience again. You know, if we went out to dinner tonight and we had drinks and dinner, we would take our time eating because we're communicating with each other.
Right. Yeah.
So many people live by themselves, or they're so rushed after dinner, after work, they come home, they slam something together and they sit down and inhale their meal.
Yeah. I've
Stop
always
it.
been so bad. I'm like, I'm a very slow eater, unless I'm like really, really hungry, but which it's kind of rare. And I talk too much. So my food usually goes cold before I'm done a meal.
So you should recognize that you're full before you're done.
Well, it's because I talk too much, and if I'm out with friends or something, we're talking at dinner, whatever, and then I get into conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta eat as well. Like I'm too involved in conversation. It's really bad. It's really bad.
But that,
So I have
it's
to
so
find a happy
important.
balance.
I used to sit in front of the TV when I finally got home and make dinner and sit in front of the TV and just inhale.
Yeah. Oh my
And
goodness.
it's like if I take the time to make something delicious, don't I want to enjoy it?
Yes. Right? Make it
Savor
so
it.
special. Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about those and feel those and sense all those tastes and flavors.
Mm. I find when I'm fasting that my senses are heightened.
Yes,
So what does that have to do with the fasting? What
you're
do you
clearing your
find?
body. So you're going through a reset.
Mm,
So your senses are heightened.
nice. Yeah, like my smell. And I'm just like I said, I could just walk into a restaurant or whatever, and I'm just like, like it just hits you like this aroma, and you're like, oh, even just walking by a restaurant, you don't have to even walk in, and I can just smell things. And then when
Have
I
you
start
ever
like eating
fasted for a
food,
day or two and just did
yeah,
water or lemon water?
hmm
Did you
yeah,
find your senses really heightened then?
oh yes, yeah, and same like taste, yeah, absolutely. You're like you just anything and everything in that meal, you're like, wow, I taste this and taste that, and you never even just you imagine those extra flavors in there. Like it could be extra spices that I've never tasted before. And I'm like, wow, like that. You can really taste it. So it's pretty cool. So let's go
Mhm.
on to, um, you know, I'm good with fasting because I've done it a lot of times and I'm pretty much used to it. Like I know what I need to buy kind of going into starting the process. And I'm like, okay, I know some foods to avoid, but sometimes people find it might be a little bit intimidating. So, what would you say to someone who's thinking about trying it, but it's like, okay, no, I don't know even where to begin. I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to look forward to. I'm kind of nervous. What can they kind of expect? And what would you say to them? I know
They
it's a
could
lot.
start out small.
Okay.
So they could just change their bedtime and their breakfast time, right? And get used to that. And
Okay.
start your day with a tall glass of room temperature water with lemon in it. That also resets your pH and to start the day.
Okay.
Um, and load up your sugars are now going to be your fruits. So your breakfast is your fruits. So if you start just with that, you're putting clean ingredients back into your health, right? Into your body.
Hmm.
And you're going to give yourself energy to last through the day. So that's the simplest way to get started. Don't think you have to do a 2 day, fast. If you normally go to bed at midnight and you get up at 7, go to bed at 10. Go to bed at 9. Start making your nights longer because it keeps you out of the kitchen. and try to remember the 3-hour rule.
What's
No
that,
food
3 hours?
3 hours before you go to bed,
Right.
right? And
Or
then
4
you
hours.
can slowly start getting your body gets adjusted to it, and you'll find you don't want breakfast. So maybe you can make that smoothie or have your breakfast some good Greek yogurt and some fresh berries. Don't go buying the yogurt that's already got the berry mix in it. It's
No,
full
I
of
don't like
sugar.
that stuff.
It's full of sugar. Make it yourself.
Right? The fruit on the bottom ones, I find it tastes like jam.
Yeah. It's
And
got
I'm
so many
like,
preservatives, crap in it. I always tell people get a pint of strawberries or a pint of blueberries, and the night before,
yeah,
take a couple scoops of your yogurt,
okay.
mash the berries in it, mix it up really good, put it back in the refrigerator. Let it just sit overnight. When you take it out in the morning, add more fresh fruit to it.
Mm. I'll have to try that.
Don't get the pre-made stuff. Yes, it's on sale this week. Don't do it.
No.
It takes 2 minutes to do that and stick it back in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take more time out of your day to do the right things,
Right.
because we all waste so much time in our day.
So much. Okay. And then I want to say, like, sometimes people think that fasting is also restricting
No, don't
food.
think of it that way. It's all in how you think and approach things, right?
Okay.
Everybody gets stressed. Oh, it's going to be hard. I'm going to be restricted. It's not hard. Again, we spend more time wasting every day. If we take 5 and 10 minutes here and 5 and 10 minutes there and 5 and 10 minutes there to spend on ourselves, it can change our lives.
Yeah.
The same thing is with how you eat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're starting a new regimen that you don't think you're going to make it, don't beat yourself up.
Right.
Start slow. Start
Yeah.
slow.
That's also why we have support groups
Yeah.
as well. Right? We have little communities. You yourself, we'll get into that a little later, but you have some little, communities that people can join and be like, okay, you're not alone. And then of course, any of your clients can just kind of contact you and say, hey, I'm having a struggle with this and what can I do? But we'll go into all that kind of later, because I like kind of like a setup that you have when it's almost like by day. But like I said, we'll go into that a little bit later. So when you are incorporating fasting into your daily routine, what results did you yourself notice along the way when you were doing it that might be beneficial for others that go, oh yeah, that's nothing?
One of
Or
my weaknesses in my prior life
yes.
was cheese and bread.
Oh,
I'd come home and I'd make some bread and have brie and maybe an apple with it and a glass of wine.
grilled
When I
cheese.
knocked that out and
Yeah.
changed what I ate, or I just stopped eating at night. If I felt I needed a snack, I'd have a couple olives and maybe a handful of walnuts, because walnuts will help you sleep.
I
So,
didn't know that.
yeah.
What's okay?
And
What's with walnuts? What's the secret?
they've got the serotonin in it to make you the melatonin to make you sleep, right? So in the olive
Oh,
oils, it's olive
oh.
oil, the olives, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I use
I would
olive
have a
oil for
couple of those,
cooking.
and that's it.
Yeah. Oh,
And within a couple of weeks, I wasn't missing my old routine, because it really was a lot of work too,
yeah.
to make the bread and get the brie just cooked right, and when you stop that late night snacking,
Yeah.
and you change up your routine there, and you sleep longer, you're getting better sleep, which changing your diet will help you get better sleep, because I was an insomniac all my life,
Mm.
and I had chronic fatigue. So once I learned some mindset tricks, before I go to bed, and
Yeah.
I stopped eating so late at night,
Yeah.
that changed how I slept.
Right. I mean, also going to bed with like so much in your stomach,
It's not good
like,
for you.
yeah, gas. You like roll over and you're like,
Your gut's like, whoa,
oh,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
what's
Yeah.
going on here? And then you got
Go
to
for
go
a
to the
walk around the
bathroom
block,
a
do
few
something, get
times.
rid of that.
right? You're cramping, like, oh,
Yeah, don't go to bed on a full stomach. Not good.
no, no,
No.
don't rush it. Don't rush it, right? And so lighter meals can help. And we're not saying like some people may only do fasting for a little while. This could just help jumpstart a healthy routine or whatever.
Hmm.
But I find when I do my fasting and everything, that's generally what it's for is to help me go, okay, smarten up with my eating and let's start eating better again. And then I just find, like I was doing it for like a Lenten practice, right? Through like religious reasons, I was doing it. But then I was like, okay, over time, I'm like, well, why do we stop at Easter? Why can't we continue the
Yeah.
process of just like, well, maybe you're not fasting longer hours, but you're just incorporating healthier meals instead of, oh, it's Easter, I can eat anything I want, whatever. And now you're having burgers for lunch and,
And you're
deep
falling
fried
by your plan. You're
chicken.
falling away from your plan. Because you
Right?
I was listening to you and you're saying, I do the fasting because I know I'm going to be better.
Right.
But then you fall off. This is why people need coaches.
Yeah.
They need accountability partners to keep
Right.
them.
Right.
Your friends and your family and stuff aren't going to be that accountability partner.
No, because they're going to take you for lunch.
Right. Or you're going to look so dynamite. All your friends are like going, "Oh, I'm jealous of her now." Um, so you need somebody that's outside your circle to
Yeah.
really that you have to be accountable for, that you can talk to about anything. I become more of a counselor than anything. Um,
Yeah.
but they keep you on track. And my goal is to work with somebody for a minimum of 6 months because
Yeah.
I think to truly create that lifestyle
Right.
that's going to be sustainable, you're not going to fall off the wagon. It's got to be held in place for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
They say, 6 weeks you can create a habit, but people fall off habits too. It's just like
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in them. I don't
Me
believe in
neither.
counting calories. I don't believe in points. I don't believe in
No.
any of that. It's
No.
how you view your life.
Yeah.
If
Because
you
I think
make
the other,
sustainable changes that are
yeah.
simple and you end up having fun with it. I love working with couples because
Yeah.
they start cooking together. All of a sudden the man is making more dinners and she gets a break, right? And they're learning how we all have those 5 or 6 or 7 dishes that we always go to.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you
Your
start learning
go-tos.
how to make those dishes more wholesome, right?
Mm.
Instead
Yep.
of sour cream, let's use Greek yogurt. Instead of this fatty fish, let's use this fish. Or if it's,
Yep.
instead of beef, let's make it this, right? So and they'll like text me and they'll send me pictures and say, we changed this and this, and it's just delicious,
Right. And because
and it's,
then the flavor is more
and
infused
they're thinking,
because of your fasting and your eating
hmm
healthier. That's what I found. I found over time when, so not during, not only fasting, but yeah, I've done, and I still am doing like more vegan, right? Kind of staying on that. I've tapered off the past, week or so, but I haven't been too bad, which is good. And then, just only because I did a couple lunches with people and whatever, but that's not a problem because I know my goal and I know how I feel and I know like this isn't just
and
I
you're
don't
on
want
a
to be
roll. You
like,
don't want to stop that roll.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, no, like I said, I've lost 12 pounds. I just noticed that I dropped another pound the past, few days, and I know it kind of is water weight in there too, which is fine. So, but it's like I have a goal in mind, and even then, it's like why just do the goal? Why not? Like it's become a lifestyle, right? So you kind of keep going. So when I find looking at recipes or people will, my mom will always send me things on Facebook and she's like, look at this recipe and whatever. And now I'm like, oh yeah, that looks great. But then I'm the one that goes back and say, hey, if you switch up the mayo and you put in the yogurt, like this is a great
Or
alternative.
avocado.
Yeah, avocado. Oh, there's avocado, right? And I did switch oils as well. I'm using avocado oil instead of I think it
Hmm.
was not olive oil. canola, whatever the
Yeah,
cooking
canola,
oil
no,
is
no.
used.
Yeah.
Maybe virgin olive oil. I think that's what I was using. So to avocado oil, and I don't use a lot of it regardless. Like I'll throw a little bit into my air fryer for like my salmon and I'll use it when I cook up some asparagus and some mushrooms and it's a lot lighter tasting than even just your regular oil. And it, I know it sounds funny, but it's like you can even taste just the oils.
Well,
So it's interesting.
avocado oil will leave it a buttery taste.
Hmm. Yeah, it's nice. It's smooth. So if you guys are watching, go switch over. It's so great.
Yes, and it's good for
It's so nice,
frying. If you have to,
right?
like, saute or something, it's good for high heat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I love how you were saying like the couples will kind of get into it. I think it also becomes a very passionate, kind of healthy challenge
Mhm.
with each other as well. It's like, oh, I see you're falling off the wagon here, and let's, I can do it better than you, but like, in a healthier kind of fun way, which is
Yeah.
fun. So I love that. I love that. So, um, let's go into a little bit about, you know, everything that sort of inspired you through your whole process, your whole journey and learning, oh, this worked for me and let's kind of go through that and then we'll close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, once I started healing myself, I was always drawn to the medical community anyway. In my past life, I worked with more medical facilities. Um, I decided I wanted to go back to school
Hmm.
and I wanted to get certified in functional nutrition so that I could help others because I know there's a lot of professionals out there that put their families and their careers first.
Oh yeah.
And that's awesome,
Hmm.
but you're going to pay for it if you haven't already. And if you're anything like me, where you don't want to really talk about it,
Yeah.
you're dealing with it, know that it's a safe space to have someone in your corner.
Yeah.
And that's why I did it, because I know there's a lot of people out there living in pain of some caliber. 4 out of
Hmm.
10 easy, 2 out of 10 have more than one chronic pain. It's crazy. Our nation is been trained to move in fast, quick, easy, fast,
Yeah.
and everything's processed, and we're killing our nation.
Yeah. And by the
So,
way, Sherry's in the United States.
yes, I live in the United States.
Just to let you guys know, but I find the obesity rates bigger or higher in the
Mhm.
United States than it is in Canada. I don't know, maybe it's the deli kind of lifestyle that,
It is, and it's the fast foods, and God, there's like, I know
and
outside
restaurant
my neighborhood,
proportions.
there are 12 fried chicken places within
Wow.
walking distance. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And proportion sizes too,
Yeah.
right? I know even here, sometimes, if I do go out for lunch or something with a friend, oftentimes we will share it
Mhm.
because the proportions are massive.
Right. It's big, right?
So you're like, well, instead of paying 25 or $28 for this plate of whatever, you split the cost and then you're splitting the food
Mhm.
and you get a decent chunk of food out of that. So, but yeah, I mean, growing up, it's always been United States has always had the bigger obesity rates.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it's all about our diet. It really
Yeah.
is. And the lackadaisy feeling of really bringing the family back together to have dinner.
Yeah. So
Where you cook.
that's another, I mean, that could be a whole nother podcast on its
Oh,
own, but
absolutely.
because traditionally, and I would say this is anywhere, it doesn't have to be United States, but everyone loves a good cookout or they love getting together like on a Sunday, after church and they have like the whole big spread
Mhm.
of just everything.
Everybody brought
So,
something.
yeah, so we're going to have to try and incorporate like healthier stuff to, the bigger cookouts and things like that. I mean, is off the top of your head, I know, um, I mean, what could we bring to cookouts and stuff? Like we could cook up fish on the grill.
Mhm.
We could
You
do
can
some
make
like fish
kebabs,
burgers.
right? So
Yeah.
chicken kebabs, it's got vegetables on it.
Oh, that would be yummy.
Um, I
Some
like to make a fruit salsa this time of year. That's delicious.
mm,
Um, it's got pineapple, strawberries, those mini cucumbers,
ooh,
papaya, mango, a bunch of cilantro, and just cinnamon.
yeah.
Lots of cinnamon. And you mix it all together and you let it set overnight. And oh my goodness, it's the most refreshing thing.
Yummy. If you guys
And
are
it's
watching
really
and you
good for
have
you.
some hacks on some nice, beautiful picnic, and because summer's just around the corner, so people
Oh,
are
yeah.
going to be they're going to be out there at the parks and they're going to be doing the things, and we're going to have tailgate parties coming up, and we're going to be having like all the festivities. We got Canada Day and July 4th coming on, so those are think about those things now. If you're going to
Yeah.
have a huge gathering, go okay. Well, you could designate a healthy dish to this or that, whatever. And then maybe like a nice little sweeter dish or something as a little treat. You don't have to completely destroy yourselves and have
Right.
some fun. Just saying. Just, yeah. One corn dog or something, but no.
No corn
But
dogs.
no, I mean, seriously though, like look at everybody who's around you and see, okay, is everybody in that group, whether it's your family or your friends, are they trying to make healthier lifestyle choices? And if they are, even the sweet dish can be something that is on the healthier side. Like you said, you can make some kind of a fruit dish that is, healthy, whatever, and then you throw a little whipped cream on top or something that's just not overkill. You don't want to
Hmm.
overkill with sugar or things like that. Because also, when you have a lot of sugar and you're outside and it's hot outside, it can damage. Like you can get heat stroke a lot faster, you get dehydrated, so much
Absolutely.
can happen. So you want to have a fun outdoor time. You don't want to have half the people passed out in lawn chairs because sugar highs.
And you made a point there a little bit ago when you said, going to a cookout, look around at what people are bringing. So if you know someone's on a healthier path,
Yeah.
bring healthier foods. If you're on a healthy
Yeah.
path, make sure you're bringing something healthy that you can eat in case they don't have anything,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Just
Be prepared.
be aware.
Yeah.
It's awareness.
Yeah. I like to also, if I know I'm going out for dinner somewhere, like if one of my friends like, hey, let's go for dinner, my boyfriend says, hey, let's go for dinner, this, that, whatever, then I'd like to check the menu beforehand. Like just go online, Google the restaurant, whatever, and go, okay, what are the healthier alternatives and things? And then sometimes they won't have it on there, but you can ask the server and say,
Hmm.
hey, what are the seasonal vegetables or some alternatives to this or that? Do you offer vegan meals
Hmm.
as well? And you can kind of go from there. I love sometimes restaurants have like amazing salmon, and it's really hard because sometimes I'm like, well, I just had salmon at home, but sometimes the salmon at the restaurants are better because they add different like herbs and spices and stuff. So I'm like, do I want that or some meat this time? Who knows, right? But yeah, what are some really noticeable things that fasting and just eating overall, just in general, other than inflammation, like taking that away, detoxing, what are just maybe two other things that you notice that just is the best thing ever?
So as you're healing your body, you're getting rid of all those toxins, right? Because you're giving it a rest. You will also find that the brain fog goes away. So you have a clearer mind. So it's amazing how there's so many levels of our body that can be affected And by fasting and eating cleaner, your mind gets clearer.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize how bad of a fog you're walking around in till that happens. And then you're
Right.
like, wow, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a neural pathway thing as well. It's kind of cleaning it up and going, okay, the fat, trans fats and the saturated fats, they can also, you kind of watch the balance of those. We do need some, a little bit of bad fats, little bit, guys, a little bit, but more healthier fats, because those bad fats, of course, can clog up arteries and things like that. So it all goes to your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. So water is so good. Throw some lemon in there, throw some lime in there, all that good fun stuff. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up? I know you were saying that you have some kind of an offer as well for the
Oh, I do.
audience today as
So,
well.
we're talking about fasting and about the importance of proteins as well, right? We didn't
Yeah.
really nail on it, but I do have a protein recipe pack
Okay.
that I'll offer your listeners. All they have to do is join my community. And once they fill out all the proper questions and everything and get approved, then they can go into the products page and put fasting as the code,
Mm-hmm.
and you can download it for absolutely free.
Ooh, freebies. What I
And
Yeah.
it's a great start to just having a good protein menu. You can take a couple of those out a week or 2 or 3 of those a week to really get that protein up.
Nice. And then you also offer, because I wanted to kind of put this out there too, is like a 30-day kind of cleansing, detoxing program too.
I do have a 30-day natural detox. I don't believe in pills and potions. That is $97. And it is also,
US,
it's
US dollars.
US $97. And you can purchase that in my shop too, in my products. It is a do it yourself. If you want coaching, that's additional.
Yeah.
But it gives you 4 weeks of a menu and you follow just that menu. It gives you your shopping list. It gives you all the recipes for each week. And just like any cleanse, week 2 and 3, you're a little sluggish, but you get all your energy back and back on track on week 4. It's a great way to, number one, not only detox, but it's also a great way to start that making real food process and getting
Yeah.
used to getting in that groove, right?
Yeah. It does. It takes practice.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I know when I do more vegan stuff that I have to, like, I'll think, oh, this product should be okay. But when you actually read a label, like, oh, I didn't know it had this and I had that or whatever. So it's really quite interesting to see even protein shakes, like the powder, I should
Oh
say.
yeah.
Check your protein powders. I know I use a vegan one
Mm-hmm.
as well, but the same company that makes this vegan shake. Sheri and I were talking quite a while ago about this, but so I get like smaller packets, but they also have like bigger tubs as
Mm-hmm.
well, and you can get like it's the protein powder, and it offers like greens as well. So you get like your
Super green.
veggies in there. So, but just kind of read the back because I didn't know, but that particular big tub had stevia in it. And for myself, I'm prone to migraines. And I was like, first, I was like, oh, it's on sale. I'm like, oh, great. I can get the same product for cheaper and a big tub of it. But what I didn't know was I didn't know that stevia really affected my migraines. And so the first couple protein shakes that I made, I was dealing with migraines within ingesting it and, really fighting headaches for like really 2.5 days
And what's
of
great,
just
if you
migraine.
recognize that and you put it together,
Yeah.
again, you listen to your body and you either wrote it down or you at least triggered Okay, 3 days in a row, and it was right after I had that.
Yeah. Well, in fact, it wasn't myself, but it was a friend who is prone to migraines, and I was telling her about it, going, "Oh yeah, this is great." Because the one protein powder that I use has like only 3 or 4 ingredients. Like there's
Mhm.
minimal. But then the bigger, like I said, the tub had more ingredients. And I was like, oh yeah, I took a picture, showed it to her. I'm like, oh, this should be good. It's like the same thing, but bigger. And it was on sale. I was so excited. And then she said stevia. And she's like, yeah, it gives me migraines. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, I should be okay. Cause I think I've had maybe in my coffee before, like something, but perhaps it's the dosage, something threw me off. But as soon as I drank it, I was like, holy smokes. Like, also because with fasting and when you're doing vegan, whatever, like you're not having a lot of sugar. So when I noticed a big increase in sugar, I was like, wow, like it really,
Yeah, you'll
yeah.
feel it. You'll
Oh,
feel
you
it.
feel it. Yeah. You're like crawling to bed in pain because migraines, horrible, horrible stuff.
But I
So,
also offer a 30-minute session to
okay.
talk about what your issues are, what your goals are,
Yeah.
to see if I would be a right fit for you,
Yeah.
um, to figure out what it is that you need to get started on to help you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's
Absolutely.
just a conversation and you walk away with a couple great tips.
Yeah, because you don't know sometimes if you're missing something, or maybe you are fasting and then you're like, well, just something isn't quite working. Like,
Mhm.
and it could just be a timing thing, or, whatever. Like you said, oh, you might just need a couple more hours of sleep, go to bed earlier. What's wrong with you?
So I also did a guide for this podcast
Yeah.
called Fasting for Health and Sustainable Nutrition. So
Okay.
once you become a member of my community,
Yeah.
and you can message me and say, I heard you on Carrie's show and I would like that guide about fasting. So
Okay.
that is something I made just for your show. That is
Nice.
also free. They just have to message me for it
Okay.
through the community.
Okay. Nice.
And
And
you have
then
those links.
I do. I was going to ask you though, if you just want to quickly share them. And
Okay.
then I will post them in probably the comments after this. And then that way people can quickly go and find it. So I'll just do a simple copy paste and put it in the comments. But if you want to verbally say it as well, and then those
Okay.
that are listening right now can just go and peek if they want real quick.
Okay. So it's https:// NAS .io/YWR for Your Wellness Redefined, which is the name of my company.
Okay.
And I also have a Facebook page, Your Wellness Redefined, and my website is Your Wellness Redefined. So,
Okay. Perfect and easy. And there's no Instagram.
no, I don't really play on Instagram.
Okay. Because I will most often tag businesses and whatever as I'm trying to post and look for everyone. And then I was like, Sheri's not on Instagram. Okay.
I used to do them all. It was just too time consuming. So
Just
it's
too
just,
much. Well,
yeah,
it also depends, what are your insights on it? Like, are people over there? Are they? So you got to follow the crowd. Like, where is
right.
everybody at? Right. So that's just simple marketing. Good for you, or finding out where your crowd is. That's the
Yes.
important thing. So, Sheri, thank you so much for coming on. And I will post up, like I said, into the comments section. I will put all of Sheri's socials there that she has, and then you guys can connect with her. If you have any questions for her, feel free to contact her. You could there's an email as well. You can even just, yeah, if you connect with her even on LinkedIn or on her personal Facebook, then you can even message her on there if you have any questions. Other than that, yeah, I like go for it, guys. Like even try it even for a little while. You don't have to be hardcore, whatever. Some people even do like a 21-day cleanse. You can do a 7-day, 3 days, even just to sort of kick off things. You can, fasting it's individual. I may be for you, may not be for you. You may like be like, no, no, but just know there's a community. There's people behind you. We're all out here to help you and support you through your journeys. And that's it. Think of it as, it's a lifestyle change and a journey. It's not going to be a quick, sometimes overnight, but you will notice things over time. Like, just you have to give it some time. But to kickstart, sometimes, like I said, even a long weekend, sometimes if you're not having to rush out and do things, I find sometimes if I'm drinking more water, I have to pee a lot. So I'm like, when am I going to be home? So I could be near the
All good things come to those who wait. So nothing in life comes quick.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem. Everybody wants results quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why diets don't work.
Yeah. I mean, they may start off okay, but
then you
realize
fall off
what
the
you're
wagon.
implementing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure out what the implementing is. Take some stuff from the diets. Like, there may be good recipes or this or that, whatever.
Mhm.
Find what works for you with them. We're not saying completely maybe ditch them all, but
Oh, there's all
there
sorts
are
of great
things.
recipes out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Find what works for you. Everyone's kind of a little bit different. That's something that you're going to like and you're going to stick to. And then it will help you kind of, go through things. Yes, there are going to be days, like even myself, and I'm just like, I want something chocolate, or I want that extra sugary coffee, or this or that. You go ahead, have it, but not every day. Like,
Not every day. Once a
once,
week.
once a
Now, if you
week.
want chocolate, so this was my tip.
Okay. And
I
then we'll
used
wrap
to
up.
like, at Halloween, you get those little tiny bite-sized
Yeah.
candies, right? I have them all year round because I don't eat too many sweets.
Yeah.
So when I want something sweet, I usually just take a little square of dark chocolate.
Mhm.
And I was a milk chocolate girl,
Yeah.
but dark chocolate has antioxidants in it.
There's your secret. And you can
So
get
you're
nice
allowed to have
dark
chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah. And maybe melt it and stick it over those protein pancakes in the morning,
There you go.
right? Perfect. What a way. Or
All
your
sorts of ways you
yogurt.
can make it fun.
Yeah, exactly. You can, little cheat codes in a way that aren't even like cheat codes. It's healthy for you. So look at that, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sheri, for coming on. I appreciate your time, your
Thank you for having me.
energy, all your wonderful tips of the trade tips and tricks. Again, you guys can go find Sheri. She's got amazing things for you. Make sure you jump on those offers because those are cool and amazing. I will put the links again in the chat. You guys can look in there, whatever. If you want to go back and ask her more questions, or you want the offer, but you can't remember what we said, this, that, the next, it's all going to be there. So have a great evening, you guys. Make sure that you have a great, fun weekend. Connected with Cari, my regular show will be on Saturday. It's still there. Make sure you guys tune in. Also, next Wednesday is a Shift Happens show. Dina and I are talking playoff shifts because we're into the playoffs and we're all about that. I know my Kings are out. The Oilers are, they're still kicking. Good for them. It's all good. It's all fun and games. We want the cup in Canada, so it's all good. It's all fun. So with that, we'll see you guys this weekend. Make sure you guys stay connected. Good night.
Night.